Hey team, it is once again Sunday and time to dive into this week's ETF and MAXLIST review. Here we go, ARK's Next Generation. This is a weekly chart and this is the daily chart. This is a powerful template, by the way. You can see things in one time frame that you may not see in the other and vice versa, and that helps us. So you can see this right here on the weekly, it's steadily grinding up, and on the daily, it's steadily grinding up, and it has for a while. What does that tell us? What did it tell us? Hey, you might want to punch up ARKW and see what some of the leading stocks are in that group. You might find some money. We like that. That's why we do this. Let's continue onward. XSW, picking up here a little bit. Software services on the weekly and the daily, and it has been strong. It's told us for a while, hey, you might want to take a look at some of the stocks in that group. And again, you can find out on Google, XSW, top 10 holdings. Right there. There's money there. It's a great tactic. Now, semiconductors, SOXL, weekly on the left, daily on the right. You can always see the name right there, by the way, Direct C and Daily Semiconductor. And you can see it's below the falling 50-day. What does that tell you? Well, look at this one. Look at the strength in this. Oh, maybe look into this. Look at this. Oh, kind of avoid that sector. The semiconductors, that's good to know. Biotechnology is basing. You can see that it fell hard, and it's just basing here. It's really, if it starts to book through like $100.50, maybe there's a potential buy, but it's not really clean. Also note on the weekly, it fell on heavy volume and recovered on less volume. Things to take note of. There's power there. At Mission Winners, that's what we do. Systematize. Let's continue onwards. Here we go. IBD 50, strong on both the weekly and the daily, and it has been strong. What does that say? Hey, look into some of the IBD 50 stocks, which is a great proxy. Those are good stocks, okay? Something to do there. And it's systematizing, folks. We have a limited amount of money and time. Let's use both wisely, and it helps us. Continue onwards. So you can see the name here, cybersecurity. It's trending up nicely. What would you say about this? Well, guess what? It's another area where you can see strength, and it's technology related. How about that? Continue onward. Retailing's acting good. You can see it on the weekly and the daily, looking at some retailing stocks. And you could have been looking into retailing stocks too. We do this video every week. By the way, for Mission Winners, I look at this every day, a couple of times a day. Helps guide us on where the money's going and things to avoid. Online retail's acting fairly strong. You can see it on the weekly, nice long base on the weekly, steady trend on the daily also. Look into that. Continue onwards. Software technology. Notice the theme here, by the way. Another technology related ETF, software. It's been strong on the weekly and it's been strong on the daily. And yeah, we're heavy involved in technology stuff. There you go. It guided us. NASDAQ 100, QLD is strong. That's good to see. Looking at NASDAQ 100. Consumer discretionary is acting good on both the weekly and the daily. Things to look into. Internet, technology related. Look at that base. And look at that trend, and look at the trend on the daily. There you go. Continue onwards. And by the way, have you noticed? We're not forecasting. We're just looking at what is going on. And that helps us. It was basing here, and then it started to show strength, and it showed strength in here. It was telling you. You didn't have to forecast. Hey, maybe I should look into some internet stocks. Not up here. Way back here, it was basing and started to pick up. We look at these charts every day, and it helps us. Retailing's acting decent, area to look into. Biotechnology is kind of lagging, as you can see. I mean, do a compare and contrast. Oh, that's kind of going up in price. I ain't doing much at all right now. Maybe it's going to push through the 50-day, okay? But there's other groups that are strong already. There you go. NASDAQ 100, QQQ, love NASDAQ. When I think NASDAQ 100, you know what I think? I think MAXLIST. Oh, by the way, gosh, I think there's going to be another video coming on the MAXLIST stocks. There's a lot of work in that list, folks. Years of research in that list that I put together. Here we go. Let's move on. Communication services, technology related, looking good both on the weekly and the daily. Strength there. Small cap ran up, but kind of loose here, okay? It's not trending as solidly as other sectors. So what does this tell us? Just be a little cautious with small caps. There we go. Let's move on. S&P 500 growth. Look and compare and contrast. There's the small caps. It's kind of going down, going up, kind of going down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll be a little cautious. Oh, look at S&P 500 growth. Oh, it went up. If we pull back a little bit, showing strength. What's stronger? Growth. S&P 500 growth stronger than small cap. That's good to know. Where to go with your money. Areas to focus on. Let's continue onward. Technology strong. Look at that. Look at the trend on the, look at the base breakout on the weekly, and look at the lift on the daily. Good to know. Continue onwards. Biotechnology. What does that tell us? I'd be cautious with that. There's not a lot of power there. Move onwards. SSO, S&P 500 trending up nicely. Good to see. Like that. Small caps, it was showing some strength here. Now it's just kind of pausing. Okay. It's not as strong as other groups. I mean, here, look at this. Rallying up and hitting highs, right? Small cap, it's not hitting highs. Isn't that neat to know? And it ain't fancy. It's simple. That's what I like. Home builders, not a lot of power there. Be careful there. Gold, not much going on with gold. It's lagging. Spiders are strong. Look at that. We like that. I'll go back to that just to show you. Do a compare and contrast. Look at the gold. It's dropping here. Not too much power. Oh, that's hitting highs for the move. Well, guess what we do? What have we been doing? Looking at the big S&P 500 stocks, the leaders. By the way, this is important. We have a limited amount of money and time. Don't think, oh, I got to scan all 500 of them. No, this is a great tactic. Just look at the ones that are within 15 or 20% of 52-week highs. That's where the money's going. Do that. Do that every week. It will really help you. Let's continue onwards. SMH, still kind of basing, not a lot of power there. Here we go. Home construction lagging. Be careful with that. Regional banking, not much going on there. Banks, they're just basing, not a lot of power. Pharmaceuticals are lagging. It's below the falling 50-day. Right there. Leave it alone. Medicine, it ran up and then it started to show a little bit of weakness here. It's not too bad, okay? But not a lot of power there at this moment, so be cautious with that. Financials, not a lot of power there. Mid caps, yeah, that's pulling back just a little bit. It's not leading at this point in time. It's okay, though. It's not bad. Consumer staples kind of got spanked here a little bit on Friday. Still trending up. It's basing nicely on the weekly. You'd like to see it start to lift again. There we go. Mid caps dropping here a bit. Not a lot of power there. Real estate. There's a definite. There's no power there. Stay away from real estate. There you go. Think of what that just eliminated. A whole bunch of sectors and stocks. Less is better. We have a limited amount of money and time. Like I said, focus on the best. There we go. Leaders. Industrials, they're acting okay, pulling back just a little bit. Materials, stay away. I mean, look at the weekly, look at the daily. Stay away. That's good to know. Aerospace and defense trending up a little bit, a little sloppy right now. Okay, a little sloppier, not a lot of leadership, so you got to be careful there. Let's move on. Transports are lagging. Be careful with transports. Now, global jets, this one's acting a little bit better. You can punch up jets and see what they own. Okay, and I won't say the name, but you'll go in there, you'll look and go say, oh, now I see what they're talking about here. Connecting the dots. There we go. Solar, stay away. Nothing good. Healthcare, stay away. Nothing good. Aerospace defense, not a lot of power. Stay away. Insurance, it's starting to show some weakness here. I'd be a little cautious with it. It's not too bad. It's not as bad as that, but it needs to show a little bit more power. You could say, why did you say that, Pat? Well, support here on the 20-day, okay? And this one is support at the 50-day. So it's a little bit weaker. Just connecting the dots, nothing fancy. Insurance, pulling back a little bit, be a little cautious there. Silver, no power, leave it alone. Utilities, no power, leave them alone. Energy, right here. In 1 second, it tells you something unbelievably powerful. Stay away from energy stocks. There you go. You don't have to overthink it. Look for power. Look for strength. Go there. It will improve your investing results. And I've been doing this a long time, and I'm very serious about it. Gold miners, no power there, leave it alone. Oil, no power there, leave it alone. Steel, no power there, leave it alone. Metals and mining, little bit of strength. Support, a little bit below the 50-day, but not a lot of power there. Oil and gas, no power. Energy, no power. I'm not being funny here, by the way. I'm just pointing out, look, there's no energy there. Hold on one second. Let me check something. And again, energy, oil services, no power. And then finally, here we go. Energy. Ran ahead too far here. Energy, not a lot of power there, is there? So be careful there. And then we do oil services. Then not a lot of power there either, is there? There you go.
One of the hallmarks of professional trading is knowing when to increase exposure, and this week has been a prime example of how improving market conditions can guide those decisions. As the market has strengthened, positions have been added, initial position sizes have grown, and exposure has increased strategically. This approach isn't about chasing the market. It's about building a narrative that reinforces confidence and staying disciplined in how we execute. Breakouts have been particularly effective recently, with Meta providing one standout example. It broke out 2 days in a row, on Monday at a trigger price of $578.50 and again on Tuesday at $594.60. These moves weren't just clean and actionable, they delivered results. Meta's move from $578.50 on Monday to its current price of $623.77 represents a stunning 7.83% return on investment in just a few days. No wonder this one stands out in our minds. But Meta wasn't alone. This week was packed with breakouts, a whole heap pile gob of them, and we were ready for each one. By staying in tune with the markets and prepared to act when opportunities presented themselves, we aligned with the momentum driving these moves. It's weeks like this that remind us why we approach trading as a business. One of our members, Nick, shared his experience on Friday after the close. He wrote, "Good evening, everyone. I wanted to extend a special thank you to Pat for your help on my journey to financial independence. Your coaching and wisdom have been invaluable. I am now debt-free, and my family is so grateful for the education you provide. I joined Mission Winners in October 2023. In the beginning of my membership, I didn't take the work as seriously as I should have. After 2 months, I took to heart your advice. This is a business, and we treat it as such. I haven't missed a key list video in a year. There were nights I didn't really want to put in the work, but I kept the discipline, and my trading profits have been incredible this year. My advice to new members would be to keep up the work every single day. You will reap the benefits." Nick's journey highlights the power of discipline and treating this as a serious endeavor. His story is a testament to what can happen when you stay consistent, keep learning, and align yourself with the market. The key to this success isn't just spotting opportunities, it's the preparation and framing that lead up to them. By observing how the market unfolds over time, we position ourselves to act with confidence when conditions align. This week's results are the culmination of weeks and months of framing the markets, getting in tune with their rhythm, and aligning with the signals they provide. And now, let's turn it back over to Pat, who's ready to walk us through the latest opportunities and setups on the MAXLIST.
And we started off with Apple. MAXLIST stock. Clean and simple base right here. Trending up nicely. We're in it. Okay. We'll watch and see what happens. Is it going to keep going? I don't know. Nobody knows the future. But by accepting that fact, we see the present more clearly and can act accordingly. Another very important point for everybody, I've been doing this a long time. I was managing money in 1987, okay? A ton of it. And I'll just share this. Get in line with what is happening. Just accept it for what it is. What's it doing? It's going up. Well, it looks like it's paused here the last couple of days. Yes. Just pausing. Maybe it's going to fall. I don't know. Maybe it's going to keep going up. I don't know. Maybe it's going to rest here for a little bit. I don't know. But we'll just get in line with what's happening. Or are we selling it? No. Why? It's fine. It's trending up. Sit tight and see what it does. Another very important lesson for everybody. We don't become obstinate. We go with the flow. What's going on helps us. There we are. Let's move on here. Amazon. Look at that nice base here. And then look at this trend right here on the daily. Trending up nicely. And we pick this up and we own it. Closed right at the highs of the day on Friday on a slight pickup in volume. It's trending up. Where's it going to go? Again, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm saying When we accept that fact, we don't know that future, it lessens stress. We can just get in line with what is happening. Another very important point for everybody, no day trading, no 5-minute charts, no scalping, okay? Let the chart tell you what to do and never argue with it. Never. Charts, markets. I said this in meetups for years, IBD meetups. The market's bigger than all of us combined. All we can do is watch it and get in line with it. That's all. That does something very important. I'll say it again. It lessens stress, which leads to clearer thinking and decision making. Amazon's working. We'll watch it. We bought it a couple of times. We'll see what it does. Let's move on. Alibaba. Do you think we own this? Nah. You probably all don't own it either. Look, it's dropping on the weekly. It's dropping on the daily. Another great lesson. It's below the falling 50-day. Be careful below the falling 50-day. That's simple. Leave it alone. BIDU, below the moving averages, trending down, nothing to do with it. Leave it alone. Google's starting to improve a little bit now, okay? Just a little bit. But is there any real clean entry here at this point in time? Not really. It would be nice if maybe this could base for a couple of days, form a small base down here, maybe a week, and then take off. I don't know if it will, but right here, there's just not a lot of power there. So be careful with it. You could say, oh, it went up on Friday. Yeah, it went up on Friday on less volume than it fell the previous day. Not by much, by just a little bit, okay? Or no, the volume was slightly heavier, excuse me. But minor. Let's move on here to the next one. Goldman Sachs is just basing, no really clean entry right there. It needs to take out these tops. Till that happens, be cautious with it. Done. MasterCard chopping around, needs to take out this line with volume. That line right there. Till it does, not much to do with it. Leave it alone. Meta. Oh, look at that nice clean base. And I'll do something to help you clean this up. Just connecting the tops. And this is another very important lesson for everybody. It doesn't need to be to the penny. Like, it's 1 cent over there. No, we're not in it for pennies, okay? Simple base, lift it off. Volume pickup on that bar, you see right there, and we bought it, and we're in it. Is it going to keep going? I don't know. Please know, I'm not trying to be cute and funny when I say that. Again, we accept the reality we don't know the future. We let price, action, and volume guide us, and that helps us. Also, I encourage you, focus on the weekly and the daily charts. Fine-tune it if you have to for entry on an hourly. You know, here we are coming into the end of the year. I haven't looked at a 5-minute chart this year, okay? Stay away from it. There's too much emotion in there. Try to buy out a clean and simple basis and let it work. You could sell a little bit into strength to guarantee profits and also lessen risk and also lessen stress because you made some money. Stress can derail your thought processes, folks, okay? I got a degree in psychology with all this. Yeah, we studied it in depth. Let me tell you, I could tell you horror stories about some of the research we did. That's a different day. So here we go. Just get in line with it. I love it. It's working. Let's move on. What do you say? Microsoft. Simple base right here. Max the stock. Lift it off. Trending up. Looks fine. Where's it going to go? I don't know. I hope it keeps on trending. It'll tell us what to do, though. We just get in line with it. That's all. Now, would you buy it up here? No. No, it's too extended in price. Buy close to the pivot or don't buy at all. That will help you too. Netflix, look at the clean and simple base right here on the daily. It's vanilla. Everybody saw it. Volume pickup on that bar. Look at that right there, volume pickup. On this bar, the stock did volume of 2.2 million. On this bar, 3.7 million. There you go, more than a 50% increase. And it's working. It's working. It's trending up the ADMA. Look closely. Do you see a day where it closed below the ADMA since we bought this? No, you just get in line. Daily charts, weekly charts, trending. Could you sell some into strength? Sure. Guarantees profits and lessen risk and stress. But overall, let it work. And be slow to sell all of it, okay? You hate to sell all of it and it keeps going up. Let them work for you. By the way, I harp on that a lot, but there's a reason why. I wish somebody would have said that to me many years ago. Hey, Pat, why are you selling all of it, man? It ain't falling. Hang on to some of it. There you go. That will help. I'm speaking from my heart. That will help you. Continue onwards. NVIDIA is just kind of chopping around here, okay? Had a good base break here that we did, okay? But it's just sloppy at this point in time. I'd like to see this lift across these highs, and I'll draw this for you to help you. Needs to base a little longer and then take out that line with volume, okay? Right now, it's a little sloppy. By the way, do you see that bar? It gapped up, it ran up, and it closed below where it opened. It was met with selling, and you can see it on the weekly too. It's a little sloppy. Just be a little careful with NVIDIA. Let's move on. NVDL, similar situation. Okay, the derivative of NVIDIA, same situation. So, block, almost called it square. Boy, can you believe it? Old habits die hard. Here we go. Simple base here, trending nicely. We're in it. We'll watch it. Note the trend of the ADMA. Basing right here. It'd be nice if this based a couple more days and then forms another little shelf and takes off again. And guess what we'll do? That could be a new buy or an add-on. Not yet. Give it a couple more days to see what happens. There you go. Tesla, simple base right there. There's a lower level base that lifted through, ran up, got you tested, based it, and now it's working. And look at the volume pickup. We own this and we're in good shape. By the way, what was our first entry? This is why we have weekly charts on the left and daily charts on the right. This is fun. Look at that. Simple base goes across here, lifts off, and marching. And we're letting it work. That's simple. TSLL, same situation, and it's working also for us. Visa had a base down here, okay? Got a little choppier up here, but overall, still working. I think some of you may own it, just pointing it out, okay? It needs to get a lift here and bounce off the 21 EMA. That's the blue line, and do it with volume. There you go.
Let me tell you all about our Cyber Week deal. For the entire week, you can sign up for our monthly membership and get $20 off the first month. Those of you that want even a bigger saving can join our annual membership and get an extra $100 on normal discounted yearly price. And we do have our 5-year university plan, which for this week, you get an additional $1,340 off. That comes out to be only $83 a month. So if you're ready to join our VIP team, head over to missionwinners.com and sign up today. Thanks for liking and subscribing to the channel.